Hey, can we go about like 5 minutes without like completely misunderstanding and or fucking up something that I care about a lot? Like, yeah, can we fucking do that for like, I don't know, like 5 minutes? That'd be really nice. So, hello, runners. We need to have a little bit of a chat about Rebecca, don't we? Because it fucking seems like it. And if you're not one of my runners, then hey, maybe hit that subscribe button. And if you like Cyberpunk, it's like 90% of my brain rot. So you can always come on by, whether you like the show, the game, or the tabletop, because I'm gonna talk about it quite a bit, even if I'm not fucking playing it. So, uh, as per the title of the thing, we need to have a little bit of a chat about Rebecca from the new Cyberpunk anime. So, some of you may have noticed that going around there's been a article that basically said that Trigger threatened to walk on the entirety of the Edgerunners show, just over Rebecca being involved, because CDPR didn't want lollies in it. And I heard that and I was like, I'm sorry, what? And then someone told me on stream when I was recording my Let's Watch, my reaction, if you want to call it that, that somebody at CDPR said, hey, lollies don't work in Night City. Now, I got plenty of other problems with how people are going with the show. Like, for example, saying that Edgerunner is just a fucking synonym for Cyberpunk. That's another fucking problem, and maybe we'll get to it if I feel like it, but this one's more important, because the whole point of Cyberpunk is that you can look however the fuck you want. It's literally in the rules, and I will show you. I have fucking receipts, motherfucker. I have the books. I've got them physically, and I got them in PDF. The one that just released, Cyberpunk Red, and also the one from 1988, motherfucker. Oh, boy. But, yes, so let's pull over here, and let's look at the clip in question. Alright, this is 23 seconds. As you can see, I've had a bit, your girl's been busy this morning. Your girl's been fucking busy. Alright. Let's just watch this.
I was one of the people on the creative team to actually vote Rebecca out of the original cast.
Well, you're fucking wrong.
Because what happened was that CD Projekt Red first got the character design for Rebecca, and they were like, she's a loli. Lolis don't exist in Night City. It doesn't fit the Cyberpunk 2077 aesthetic. But Trigger was like, no, the loli must stay.
And they were fucking right. And they were fucking right. Based fucking Trigger. God fucking damn it. So, Rebecca, I don't give a shit. By the way, she's 21, by the way. I double checked. Alright, so, this is what they're mad about. This is what they're fucking mad about. This bitch. This absolute womanlet. Like, she's just fucking small, and it's very, very obvious, based on what you can see of her, that she is incredibly fucking body modded. Like, her skin is super fucking white. And I believe that the long-armed guy, whose name I'm forgetting at this point, he's, related to her in some way, right? Like, she's very clearly super body modded. She's got light tattoos, she's got non-standard eyes, her hair is very clearly got something fucky with it. And she's just short, right? And the thing is, with body modding, with body sculpting, which is a thing that is in the rules of the tabletop going all the way back to the 1980s, it's something that is entirely doable. In fact, it's explicitly doable. If I were to pop over to the PDF version... Oh, is there a... Oh, damn, that's actually pretty cool. I like that. That's actually fun. If I were to pop over to the PDF... So, Cyberpunk 2020, the version of the game that I started playing, ironically, I started playing it around the 2010s, because, you know, I wasn't born yet in 1988. Here we go, so body sculpting, page 120 in the Cyberpunk 2020 rulebook. This rule set still holds up, by the way, if you want to play it. It's actually really good. Finding a game is going to be a piece of shit, though. As long as you're having a few cybernetic grafts put on, why not go the whole way and redo the whole thing? The art of body sculpting includes skin tints, hair and eye color changes, breast enlargement and reduction, and general all-over bodywork. You can have bone and muscle removed to become shorter or have grafts added to become taller. Excess fat can be suctioned away, and collagen implants can smooth wrinkles, add weight, and change contours. Body sculpting is readily available in a number of body salons. By the way, body salons are like, if a Ripper Doc is like your hometown like clinic, right? Like basically the clinic run by the local doctor. This is basically a fucking hairdresser. Including body shop, parts and programs, Docs R Us. Body sculpting includes appearance changes, appearance enhancement, and exotic fashion. And in 2020, this was mostly used for shit like Rebecca, like people who want to look younger, people who want to look shorter, people who want to look taller, people that want to like. There's an entire gang of people that look like JFK called the Dead Kennedys. Like literally, that's their whole gimmick. They body sculpt to look like JFK. Like body sculpting is a culture in of itself in Cyberpunk. Fucking lollies don't fit. Lollies don't fit Night City. Lollies don't fit Cyberpunk. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? They explicitly do. And it honestly would not surprise me if our world became Cyberpunk. If our world had it, I guarantee you there would be a poser gang that is made entirely of fucking lollies within about 10 minutes of body sculpting becoming a thing. I guarantee you that would be a thing. Because of course it fucking would. If the bozos can exist, if the dead Kennedys can exist, then if the fucking kings can exist. And by the way, yeah, I'm pretty sure the kings in Fallout New Vegas are actually a reference to Cyberpunk, because holy shit, it's so fucking explicit. This entire gang of Elvis impersonators. Holy shit. And by the way, the people in Cyberpunk, the people member of the Cyberpunk Kings, they purposely body sculpt themselves to look like Elvis at different points in his career. Low rank members of the gang look like Elvis when he was first starting out, and higher rank ones look like Elvis before his death. Like, holy shit. And we got Red, where, just so you know that, like, I'm not bullshitting and it's not something that's been removed, because Cyberpunk 2020 is set in the year 2020. Cyberpunk Red is the most recent version of the rule set, and it's set in the year 2046. So, not that far away from 2077. About 30 years. So, Rebecca would have been born, if she's 21, Rebecca would have been born, like, 10 years after this rule set is set. Body sculpting. While you're in the hospital getting some work done for bullet-related injuries, why not put a couple of Eurobucks into a hole? Calling it EBs still fucks with me, because I'm still used to calling them Eddies, and I will continue calling them Eddies. You want to put up a couple of Eddies to get a whole new look. The art of body sculpting has undergone a renaissance in the time of the Red, but the low cost of vat-grown clone tissue has made body sculpting financially attainable for segments of the population for whom it was previously out of reach. Because in 2020, I didn't go into the pricing because it's on a different page, but in 2020, body sculpting was actually rather expensive, and it was something that, like, if you got body sculpted, it was because you were getting body sculpted for a reason. It was a weird limitation on character customization that I don't know why it was a thing. But in Red, they've made it a little bit more, because Red is more about free expression. Accessibility has led to innovation in the practice, skin cancer is now no longer an issue, and humanity loss from most biosculpting has been eliminated with the introduction of much more lifelike tissues. So that was another thing for body sculpting, for, like, it would actually lower your humanity score, bring you closer to becoming a cyber psycho, which I'm not sure if I like the way that Edgerunners goes into, but I'm gonna wait until I get to the very, very end of the series before I go into that, see if they turn it around, because maybe I'm just misunderstanding something in the way they're presenting it. The cyberpsychosis is something that the average person would not know about. With the cost of materials being so low, street-level providers like Body Shop and Docs R Us have more freely experimented with what is possible with body sculpting, completing to seasonally reinvent the landscape. It is no longer possible to identify a body-sculpted human from a natural one by sight alone. It is much easier to assume that the most attractive person in a room is probably body-sculpted. Exotic body sculpting, truly fantastic body sculpt jobs emphasize alien or inhuman features, like whiskers, muzzles, manes, reptilian skin, fur tails, hooves, antennae, claws, fins, and paws, have also become cheaper and more available. Exotic body sculpting, however, causes humanity loss due to its extreme effects and represents a fringe practice in society, being the provenance of animal motif gangs and other close-knit enthusiast groups. Exotics, who get exotic body sculpt jobs, typically also get cyberware to augment their abilities to bring them more in line with their new form. A skilled medtech, which is a player, can perform body sculpting surgeries on their own. This procedure takes 4 hours. If you fail, destroy the materials required for the surgery and waste 2 hours of operating time, you can't do body sculpting surgery on yourself. So, that is, like, the main fucking thrust of it. Like, Rebecca's just fucking body sculpted, and it's the most obvious fucking thing. When I saw Maine, when I saw fucking long arm guy, who I've forgotten his fucking name because I'm really bad at names, I'm very sorry. Like, my first thought was like, oh fuck, they've been body sculpted. But with the long arm guy, it's probably just like a long prosthesis, so for him, it's not so much a thing. But like, 2 members of the fucking crew are fucking body sculpted, and it's blatantly obvious. And I understand people that are new to the universe maybe don't know this because maybe they don't own the books. Unlike me, who owns 2 copies of both. Like, maybe that's a thing, right? And maybe people who'd look at Rebecca and go, oh, hey, that's just a lolly, right? But for those of us that are better than that, for those of us that have read the fucking rulebooks, for those of us that actually fucking give a shit about this fucking universe, we know better, and god fucking damn it, is our goddamn duty to educate people. So, I'm hoping that my unscripted ass fucking rant here has made it, like, a little better, and if you, and, like, you know, maybe direct some people here, I don't know, I'm hoping I did a good job. I literally woke up about 50 fucking minutes ago, so I'm still a little tired. But here's hoping I did this well enough to explain this. And while I'm here, I guess I'm going to talk about Edgerunner, by the way. So, in the show, they use the term Edgerunner to be synonymous with Cyberpunk, but that's not the case. And I'm not going to go super in-depth on this one, because it's literally just a definitional thing. An Edgerunner is somebody who lives on the edge. What that edge is dependent on the Edgerunner themselves. They either live on the edge of morality, of technology, of the law, of life and death, of poverty, whatever. Oh god, I just lost track. Fuck, I'm not fixing it. Whatever. Whatever your personal edge is, if you're an Edgerunner, you live on that edge. Be it because you're constantly on the verge of cyberpsychosis because you're such an enthusiast for cybernetics. Be it because you're on the edge of morality because you're willing to do things that you otherwise believe are abhorrent. Are you on the edge of the law because you're a badge and you're working with other Edgerunners who, in theory, you should be putting into prison because they're fucking rat bastards? But you have to get the job done. You have to get the collar. You have to do what you need to do. Like, whatever your edge is, you're living on the edge of it. You're living on that edge. That is what an Edgerunner is. It's not to put too much of a cringe on it, but it's like, it's your ninja way kind of shit, you know what I mean? It's, your personal edge is what you run. Whatever brought you to needing to edge run, be it needing to escape the cops, needing to feed your family, needing to improve yourself, to go beyond mortal limits, whatever that is, you're living on that edge, and you're walking that knife's blade between falling back into the sheep fucking population of Night City, or falling off into death, cyberpsychosis, or whatever the fuck else the DM can throw at you. That's what being an Edgerunner is. And that's something that I really feel like this show honestly does not get right. The book itself only ever calls you a cyberpunk in a meta sense. Like, I would Control F cyberpunk in the PDF, but it's gonna just find, like, basically it's just gonna be every page, because every page is marked with the word cyberpunk in the metadata, so I can't really just do that. But the only time that a player character is referred to as a cyberpunk... Actually, no. A player character is never referred to as a cyberpunk. The player behind the character is called a cyberpunk. The character themselves is always referred to as an edgerunner. Like, fuck. Like, and even then, in Red, one of the character creation methods is called edge running. Because, so you've got edge running, you've got a street rat... Sorry, fuck. You've got a template, street rat, and edge runner. That's the 3 character design creation methods. So template is, of course, you're creating a character based on a stat template. A street rat, you're basically, here's your class, here's the skills that class uses, distribute points. An edge runner, you're living on the edge, you're pushing the edge of character creation, you're going fucking wacky with it. The DM gives you an amount of points relative to however much he wants to give you, usually 64, and you can put them wherever the fuck you want. Are you a med tech that somehow knows fucking how to put a car engine back together? Alright, cool. You're living on that edge. You're pushing your class beyond what it's supposed to be. Cool. Fucking, you're pushing your limits. That's what Cyberpunk is. That's what being an edge runner is. And it's something that I see so many people just getting completely fucking wrong, including CDPR themselves, and it annoys me to no goddamn end. It annoys me to no goddamn end, and it absolutely frustrates me that they are in charge of so much of the IP, especially when it comes to stuff related to 2077, because 2077 is the farthest in the timeline that we've got so far. Like I said, Red is the most recent TTRPG rule set, and that's only set in 2046. So, Cyberpunk 2077 has that air of authenticity, of that air of authority, because it's the furthest along in the timeline. And holy shit. Like, the whole point of body sculpting, the whole point of being a edge runner is that you can do whatever the fuck you want to your body. You want to be a lolly? Fine. You want to be a 7-foot tall brick shithouse? Go for it. You want to be a fucking 3'4" goblin? You can do it. You want to be a furry? You can do it. You want to look like Elvis Presley or fucking JFK? You can fucking do it. Like shit, my guy. It's ridiculous the amount of stuff that, like, you can do in this system. And for someone from CDPR to come out and say, that doesn't fit the aesthetic. Fuck off. And I hate it so much when people say, oh, this doesn't fit the aesthetic, when it explicitly does. The rule book that they are pulling from says it does. And fuck, I'm gonna go back to bed. Fuck it, I don't give a shit. I did not need to wake up to this shit today. Oh boy, like I sound angry, I know I do, but like the truth is, this comes from love. This comes from a love of the setting, comes from a love of the source material, and this rule set literally helped me figure out who the fuck I am, you know, and as a result, like it's very, very close to my heart. So yeah, I'm gonna go get some breakfast, maybe lay down, edit this out, whatever. If you like Cyberpunk, then hey, stick around, runner. Otherwise, I hope you learned something. Bye-bye.